good morning. Welcome everybody. Welcome to my channel. My name is Chrissy and today I'll be giving you a prediction reading for the 13th of October. Now, if you are new, don't forget to subscribe. First off, I just want to thank all my subscribers out there. I know a lot of you watch my videos regularly. I do a lot of videos, I know, just to try and keep you guys up to date with the energies. So I just want to say a big shout out to all my subscribers who do watch me regularly. I thank you for that. Pam, Catherine, Madman, High Vibe. There's so many of you out there. You know that I love communicating with you and it makes us not feel as isolated in our madness. So thank you for everybody that comments down below and chats to me. It helps me a lot as well. I hope it helps you guys. I hope my videos are helping you. So let's get started and we'll just see what comes up for the 13th of October. God, it's showing me England rising. I am getting England rising. Their energy's rising over there. People are getting stronger. It's showing me in England, people are joining together and it's showing me them doing like a conga line. So if you think of a conga line, it's an image, isn't it? It's usually when people have had a few drinks or they're having fun and things are lighthearted and then they all start doing the conga line. They're having like a festive dance event or something like this. So I'm getting that conga line in England of the people joining together because that's what people want. People want to be joining together. So I'm getting that conga line energy for England, which means people are wanting to I guess you could say join forces and have some fun pretty much in England. They've had enough of the doom and gloom, even though we know the Queen dying was a bit of pageantry as well. It still was grief, like I said, for a lot of these people in England, London, surrounding areas. They've moved, they're wanting to move on from the grief. They want to move on and have fun and have joy. And, you know, Christmas is around the corner. This is what people want. They want that conga line sort of fun where they've had a few drinks and they're all feeling free and easy, and this is what people want. They want that fun and they want to connect with people. Let's see where else we go today. Now I'm getting like something's really happening globally now, and I am getting the tracking and tracing. So they have to get the tracking and tracing sorted before they can like implement much more, because if they are going to measure like our carbon emissions and all what we're spending and all this kind of stuff, they have to get their structures in place. So I am getting a lot around the tracking and tracing. I told you guys here yesterday about the Sydney Railways are already kind of starting to do that here in New South Wales, Australia. I'm sure, I know a lot of you guys have already got a lot of that being implemented too. They're doing it very subtly, but we know that this is how it's working. So this is a global kind of first part, I would say. They're doing the setups. So they're kind of doing the setups to the next stages, but I am feeling like there's a lot of the setups going on at the moment globally. The setups to well, I guess they're sort of building their foundation for their reset agenda is kind of what I'm saying. Let's see where else we go with this. God, they're still talking about London Bridge, and London Bridge has fallen. But they're still showing me, and I talked about it the other week, there's the rebuilding of London Bridge. We know there is. We've got Liz Truss, we've got Charles, we've got it all happening, you know. I think, is it the consort? They're all getting officially crowned. Is it next year? I think it is in May or something. But I'm still getting this visual of London Bridge being like this drawbridge. It's still separating people. And the visual I get is that I'm still getting the elites and the government leaders. Oh, sorry guys, this is exhausting energy, are separate from the little people. So I'm still getting this London drawbridge. That they make out the illusion is that they're connecting everyone and everything's coming back together, their old lives and everything, but it isn't. London Bridge is being built in a separate formation. That's what I'm getting. And we know that's what they're working on, separating the elites from the little people. So I'm still getting that kind of drawbridge. Little people won't be able to cross into the elite narrative because they're being put in their place at the moment. Let's see where else we go. God, I'm getting Thailand again today. Thailand's forming together. They're fighting back against this narrative. Thailand doesn't like the dictatorship. It's becoming a bit of a dictatorship over there. I've been talking about that here. I think I talked about it last week, but I am getting Thailand. We know globally there's a lot of huge takeovers. I think there's stuff going on in Guam. There's all the islands are getting swallowed up whole by places like China and all this. So I am getting like there's a lot of activity in Thailand. And the people are starting to push back against it. They don't want the dictatorship. See, the people in Thailand, they're tired of this as well. These people have to rise up because they're getting taken down to nothing again. It's like Sri Lanka. I don't know what's happening over there, but they got taken down to nothing, sadly. They did do a very good fight back, but unfortunately it's kind of all been squashed again with their credit scoring system that's been introduced over there. So I'm getting Thailand. People are starting to wake up, starting to see things. They don't want to become like China. I mean, who wants to become like China? So that's what I'm getting for Thailand. They're at this, saying they're at that crossroads where they've got to start making decisions now, the people. Let's see where else we go today. God, it's showing me these elite leaders sitting on their thrones. We know they are. And this is all of them. They're showing me visuals of them sitting on their thrones, and they're giving me that song by Prince. Is it Diamonds and Pearls? And it's just showing them with all their wealth and their opulence. And this is the vision they have of themselves. They have this throne-like energy that they've just got all the diamonds and pearls. And that's the song I'm getting. It's a Prince song. Is that's what these elites want. They want to just be sitting on their thrones and for people to be looking up to them, to bowing down to them. These are the egos that we're dealing with. So I'm getting that visual of them sitting in their thrones. It's not hard to visualize some of them sitting in their thrones, is it? I think they think they're already sitting in their thrones. Just, Trudeau, Jacinda, Elbow, Macron, etc., etc., just to name a few. So I'm getting that throne-like energy. They really put themselves in that position of power. This is in their own mind. This is certainly not, if you're watching my channel, it's certainly not in our minds, but this is in their mind. They have this vision of they're going to be like surrounded by diamonds and pearls and probably gold and all the rest of it as well. So that's what I'm getting for these leaders. They're really on their power trip now. Hang on a second. Gosh, I'm getting that financial collapsing. They're giving me Wall Street. There's a lot of collapsing I feel coming in Wall Street. It's showing me that mass panic around Wall Street, collapsing of things. Not all areas. It's going to be very specific. It's going to be very specific. I did talk a lot about the yesterday I was talking about those middle brackets of businesses being taken down. So I feel like a lot of this is around, I'm getting today, the building industry. There's going to be a lot of big collapses around these building industries and things like that. That construction kind of sector. That's what I'm getting. because I think what we've got to remember too is these global elites are trying to take over the market. They're trying to dominate and they're trying to direct. I don't know if this makes sense to anyone because I'm not really into the stock market. You might be, John, you might be able to educate us more on this. But these elites are trying to direct the stock market. I mean, we know where most of the money's going. Big Pharma, just as an example. But there's a lot of people invested. And if you think about it, there are a lot of people invested, like big people with lots of money. I suppose Bill Gates would be another one, wouldn't he? But they're trying to direct the stock market and the shares. And see, I don't know a lot about it, so I can't really go into a heap of financial detail. But I am getting, like Wall Street, certain things are collapsing. Certain things are collapsing around the economy. But, of course, we know other things are rising. So I would say anything around renewables. Like I said yesterday with the some of these big companies like BHP, etc. We know BlackRock and Vanguard would probably be up there. They're all making great progress. Yes, financially everything's just growing. We know Pfizer and Moderna their shares would be growing. And I bet they've all got shares in it, the people that work there too. That wouldn't surprise me. So there's this controlling of the shares and the stock market. That's what I'm getting. That's all being very controlled. And again, it comes back to, like I said in the beginning of this video, they're working on the foundation things of the reset now. So, you know, the implementing the tracking and tracing, the building a better foundation for finance, because we know they want to do the big One World Bank. I did tell you guys that the bank's closing down here. And I've even heard that's the third bank in my small town. And I even heard a rumour that another one's going to shut down, one of the main ones. So that would leave one bank in town. And they've actually shut a branch near another small rural town near where I live as well. And that was their only bank. So now they've got to travel 2 hours to get to an actual branch. So this is happening. Let me know down below if this is happening in the areas where you guys are. But there's definitely, they're starting to build their foundations. Oh, it's so frustrating, isn't it? Oh, sorry guys, I'm trying to come with some good news. Oh God, hang on, let's see where else we go. Maybe there's something positive about to come through. But you know, I can only tell you what comes through because we need to know where all this is, kind of how this is evolving. I can't sugarcoat things. Because if the thing is, we need these people to see it anyway, so they wake up to all the nonsense and garbage that's coming. Mind you, it's already kind of coming, so I don't know how they're going to deal with it once they're faced with it. Let's see where else we go. Gotta get in Europe again. Europe, Belfast, Munich, Ireland, London. There's a lot going on in these areas. This is renewables. They're really pushing hard now. And we know that Europe's having that really big economic collapse. I talked about that the other day. But the renewables is really starting in these places. They're starting their renewable kind of rollout. You might start to get more, I would say, of the charging stations, like electric charging stations. God, has anyone been watching? I know you guys, a lot of you out there watch Carl Vernon. If you don't watch him, go and check him out because he's just so funny. He's really good for a laugh. He had an electric car on there the other day and it was on fire. And he's just so funny, like the way he delivers things. And so there's a lot of them catching fire as well. And they're saying, the fire people were saying to get them out of your garages because they're like, I don't know, there must have been overheating or something. So, I mean, there's pluses and minuses for everything. So that's what I'm getting now. These areas are starting to really push the renewable. And how wonderful it's going to be and how life-changing it's going to be. I am getting that for these regions. It's like I said to you, they pick these areas to do their trials because they go, well, let's try this. And if that doesn't work, then we'll try this in this place. and then we'll work out which works better, and then we'll go with that globally. So they do their little trials. Shame they didn't do that, like I said, with the jab, because it was one big trial, and it's still going. But I am getting that they do their little experiments, and then they figure out what's going to work and what's going to be more receptive to the people. As we know, they play their mind games, like I said with the John Lennon song the other day. Mind games. It just goes on and on and on. Let's see where else we go today. They're showing me these are the people waking up. I want to see some of the visuals I get on here. It's showing me them on this, it's like a staircase, but they're showing me it's like a treadmill staircase. It's one of those tread machines that you just keep walking up the stairs. You can get them at the gyms and that kind of thing. And that's what it's saying to me. These people waking up, they feel like they're on a treadmaster and they can't get off. It's like they can't find the stop button to get off, and they just keep walking and walking. And if you think about it, if you're on a stairmaster, rather, one of those treadmill stair things, you're going to get pretty tired, and your legs are going to start to hurt, and you're going to start to get fatigued. And that's what I'm getting for these people waking up. They're getting extremely fatigued because they're having to keep climbing. But as we know here, they're going nowhere. They're just staying in the one spot because they've got no direction. They don't know where their life is going, because what's happened is they've put their life in someone else's hands, meaning government. And that's not a great place to put it when you're being lied to and you're not even aware of it, is it? So I'm getting lots and lots of fatigue. Sorry, guys. It's spring here, so I keep sneezing all the time with all the pollens and the flowers. Mind you, it's cloudy again today. And just saying, the people, and speaking of fatigue, everybody in Australia's, on the east coast at least, is getting fatigued from all the rain and the weather patterns that we've been having. And now in Melbourne, yes, the most locked down city in the world, they're actually getting the rain bombs. Yes, that's what they're calling them, the rain bombs now. And they're getting flooded down in Victoria, the state of Victoria. They've got severe floods now down there. So just sometimes you just got to wonder what the hell is going on, don't you? Let's see what else there is today. Just have to share things with you as I see them. Oh, yes, Qantas the Airlines was on the news again this morning. You know, I watch the news for a bit of comedy. Yes, Qantas apparently, they're having a big strike, but they were saying what a great job Qantas has done. This is our airline again, the major one in Australia, and what a great job they've done, and they're going to rectify this strike. So they're threatening the old delays at Christmas and all this kind of stuff, just to put more fear in people that, you might not get your Christmas. So it's big sabotage again. We know how it's going. But then in the next breath, they blow the trumpet of Qantas again and how wonderful they are, and they're going to rectify it all so everyone can have a great Christmas. But we're also telling you that, they might strike, so you might ruin your Christmas. It just, it's so contradictory, isn't it, what they're saying? It's very confusing for people, but again, brings the fear and anxiety up in everybody. Got to keep them all vibrating. It's just so frustrating, isn't it? All right, I'll see if there's something to close with today. God, it's showing all of us, and this is all you guys watching my channel, it's showing us all getting on like a yellow school bus. We have all different buses here, but I'm just going to say yellow school bus because that's kind of the classic American bus, isn't it, that you see in all the movies. So we can all relate to the yellow school bus. And it's showing all of us getting on this school bus, and it's saying, what it's saying to me is that we're in a very good routine. If you think about it, when you're going to school, you get on the bus, you go to school, you come home on the bus. Not all of us call it buses, I know, but this is just an image. And we're in a very good routine. So this is a message for you guys out there, that we're all in this very good routine. We know what we sort of know where we're going, where we're heading. We know what works for us, what doesn't work for us. We know how to keep ourselves on a sort of straight and narrow path. We focus a lot on ourselves, not in a selfish way, but in a healthy way, that we work on our mind a lot, we work on our bodies, we try and eat well. Overall, we're kind of really looking after our health and well-being, and we're staying away from that real negativity and being attacked and avoiding the pain bodies and this kind of thing. So it's showing us all kind of getting on the school bus, and we're kind of all connected, and we're all kind of moving in that one direction. We're certainly not heading to school because we know how a lot of us here feel about the current school systems, but it's just an image of us coming together sort of at the one bus stop and hopping on the school bus because we know where we're going. It's just that locked in kind of thing, that locked in routine for us. And that's in a positive way is what I'm trying to refer to, because we're coming together and we're staying united, but we're also staying in a good routine. Hang on a second, let's see where else we go. Oh, hang on a minute. God, I'm just getting this message, like, honestly, people can't believe what's happening. They can't. And this is not us, this is everyone else. They can't believe what is happening. They're confused. We keep getting here in Australia that all we hear at the moment is about the 35% electricity bill rises that are coming. Let's say they say next year, but it'll start this year for sure. They just keep saying it. Repetitive. And it's funny, isn't it? As much as they're saying that, it's almost like that's becoming normal for people now. It's like that desensitizing people, isn't it? Because then when it happens, it's not such a shock for people. Like, oh yeah, they said that was coming. So it's really weird, isn't it? It's almost like they're doing their prep work and trying to desensitize people, so when it hits them, it's not as big of a shock. So they are working on their mind game manipulation. We know that they are. Hang on a sec. Yeah, and the guides are just saying, like, we just have to stay united. I taught the other day about the badge of silence and just really looking after ourselves and not worrying about these people now, just letting them go on their journey. Because they're choosing that journey. There's nothing we can really do about it. All we can do is choose our own journey. As we know through our life experiences, we have to stay on our own path. We can't let people veer us off our path because that's not the experience for us. They've got to go and experience things for themselves. So that's what I'm getting for us. We just have to really just stay connected, but stay on our own truth and in our own truth and on our own path. Hang on a second. Yeah, I'm getting that song again. I had it the other week actually by Michael Jackson, that You Are Not Alone. We're not alone. We have to know that we're not alone. I know for a lot of you guys out there, as well as myself, this has been quite an isolating process. It hasn't been pleasant. We've had times where we've felt really isolated. We felt like we didn't fit in. And look, to be honest, this could be throughout some of our life too. I know a lot of you out there, we probably have felt different. I know there's a few of us that are sensitives and empaths and psychics, and we have felt different for a lot of our lives. I'll even leave a video here I've got about feeling weird and different over here actually, because that's something that that's why it's so important we stay connected and everything now, because we are different. We're different in our thinking, but it's not that we're weird different. It's because we see things from a different perspective. I always talk about that being on the mountain and how the guides raise us up so we can see things from that mountaintop. And that's what we're getting. We do see things from a different vantage point. And that's purely because of our senses, our spirituality. We have a knowingness. We listen to our guts and our instincts. And that's the difference. And that's what I'm going to leave you with today. The Michael Jackson song, You Are Not Alone, because you're not alone. We've all got each other here. We found Terrabella. We can escape. We can put our gone fishing signs up and escape into our little houses or tents in some cases. Anyway, I'm going to say goodbye today. Have a wonderful day, everybody. I'll try and get on to a video a bit later on. Take care. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and subscribing and chatting down below. Hit the like buttons, and I much appreciate all your input. So take care and have a wonderful day. Bye, everyone. Bye.